how did you manage to do it so well without any experience?
You just have to be at the...
I feel like this is almost less of a business and more of an investment, because we have to put up so much money and we only get the money back in a year if we do good. Tell me a little bit about the struggles of subleasing in Dubai.
The competition here, more and more people coming also into the market and saturating it.
All right, Salar, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So we are in the exact same business and we started here in Dubai at very similar times.
Right.
So we're just renting apartments in Dubai long term. We put them on Airbnb and we try to make a profit. And you got 12 apartments already.
Correct.
And ever since I saw how you were setting these apartments up, I knew, well, okay, this guy, he's going to make some profit because you set them up so nicely.
Thank you.
Everything is so clean. So how's it going? How's the 12 apartments going?
It's going good. It's going good. I can't complain. We are actually all of the time we are booked, for almost fully booked. It doesn't matter in winter time, in summertime. Yeah. Especially because of this is my first summer. Yeah. I was a little bit worried.
Summer is the low season.
Summer is the low season, and actually, like even a couple of months before, me and you and other guys, we were talking about how the summer is going to be. Yeah. But I think we cannot complain, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely losing money.
Yes.
But I'm not losing that much.
Yeah.
And I'll definitely make it all back once the weather cools down and more people start coming to Dubai. So yeah, I think we're in good shape.
True. Yes.
But okay, so I took my first subleasing unit in Dubai in August. Yes. When did you take your first one?
I think it was about the same time. It was also, I think, maybe mid or end of August, something like this.
Last year, 2023.
Yes, correct.
And what was your first unit?
So I started with 1 bedrooms, specifically in Dubai Hills.
Why did you decide 1 bedroom in Dubai Hills?
So this is a good question. Actually, when I did my research before I started the business here in Dubai, and I got to say this, I never did subleasing or anything like this before in any country like you did. Mm-hmm. And I did some research, RDNA, and I was really sure that you have to go for 2 beds actually. So that was because I saw that the biggest demand is for two beds. But still, I got some good deals because, at the beginning, I was kind of a little bit nervous. How do I start? Where do I start? And then I just calling agents and what have you. And then the first offers, I guess, the first good offers were like the 1 bedrooms in Dubai Hills. And I looked into it and then I just went for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've thought about Dubai Hills. I'm sure it works. Like if you set up a really nice unit in Dubai Hills, I'm sure you can make it work. How is the unit going for you?
So I have now, actually I have 4 1 bedrooms over there. So
okay.
To be honest, I had this came back to back. The first 4, that's my only 4 units in Dubai Hills, all 1 bedrooms. Yeah. They just came back to back. And it was a good experience for me, setting them up, just getting started here in Dubai. And actually, this was a benefit to start with a smaller unit, at the beginning. Yep, and less work.
Less work, exactly too.
Because to be honest, maybe we can talk about this later. Because I used to be, and maybe still am, a little bit of a one-man show. I used to do everything myself, still more or less. But anyways, it was a good experience. And they're doing good. They're doing good in occupancy-wise.
But are you making enough profit? Do you think you get your entire investment back within the year, or? Yeah,
I would say so, more or less, because the thing is, I was looking for let's say $1,000 profit per unit per month. Uh-huh. That's what I was aiming for, over the whole year. If you look at the 12 months.
Yeah, the average. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't quite reach that. I would say it was a bit less.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. I can go. I won't go into specifics, but it was less definitely.
Okay. But the investment was pretty low too.
It was pretty low, yes. Yeah. But maybe still, at the end of the day, you still have to get the TV, you still have to get the dishwasher, the washer and what have you. You have investments, so you have to make sure that you don't lose money.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So talk to me a little bit about. I think a lot of people are interested in what were the first steps. So when you started, first step, did you talk to agents or did you create a company or whoa? Just real quick.
Yeah, real quick. Yeah. No worries. So to be honest, I just started we started the company. We created a mainland company.
You and your wife?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. And so we set up a website, and this website was specifically to just show to agents or landlords. Mm-hmm. So show them that we are really a serious company. And then just started calling agents, sending them our website, so telling them what we're trying to do. At the beginning, actually, we were a little bit nervous to really tell them we want to do holiday home, so we were just like trying to but navigate through it. But then we just became very open, tell them it's for holiday homes and either yes or no.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Nobody was documenting this in Dubai. I didn't even know subleasing existed in Dubai when I came here. I bet you went through the same thing.
Yeah.
But obviously I was doing it in Iceland, so I knew how it worked. I knew exactly how it worked. The only thing I had to learn was like how Dubai works.
Yeah.
So when I started, I just tested the waters. I just started sending agents a bunch of messages like, hey, can I rent this apartment and put it on Airbnb? And just see what hurdles I would face. And they were saying, but like they were telling me like, yeah, but you have to pay the entire year up front. And that was like the first hurdle, like, what? You have to pay the entire year up front? And then you hit more hurdles. And then what I ended up doing was I just applied for a job in a holiday home company, got the job and moved to Dubai and learned everything before I went. But where did you live before Dubai, and why did you decide to come to Dubai?
So I was living in Germany around 2 years ago. Like almost 2 years ago, we moved here with my wife, and
you moved here just to do this, or
no? We moved here for some other reason. So actually, I was my whole life we were in Germany basically, and we were in some other business. We had some restaurant business actually in Germany.
Okay.
And then when COVID hit, things changed, mentalities changed, ideas for the future changed, and then I got fed up with everything, like with the lifestyle over there
in Germany.
Actually, I got fed up before, but COVID just accelerated everything. And
So you mean like how they handled COVID, the taxes, and a bunch of things?
If we're gonna make it, like we can make a podcast just about the issues in Germany from my perspective. But to be honest, like a lot of people from Germany are moving. A lot of people coming to Dubai.
Yeah.
Like if you look here, like also in Dubai Hills, like you have so many Germans here in Dubai now. It's really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, we came here almost 2 years ago. The first year I didn't do any business. I was just so tired about because like I said that the restaurant business was pretty stressful.
So you were in the restaurant business before.
Yes.
Did you own a restaurant?
Yeah, with some I had 2 partners.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And not only we had I tried different concepts. Like we were really good in the burger business.
That's why you were so good at this, because you're used to a very stressful business.
Yeah, it was maybe it was really stressful. And actually, at the time when when COVID hit, we were just having we were doing our second branch in another city, a big one, and we were so excited for that. But then we didn't finish it because, like I said, through these new circumstances and what have you.
Yeah.
But so anyways, we came here, and I was so tired. And the first year I didn't do anything.
Oh, you're just chilling?
I was just more or less with family, just having a good time and just enjoying. And actually, we didn't move to Dubai, but we moved to Sharjah, as you know. Sharjah is, for those who don't know, it's very close to Dubai. Like we have 7 Emirates. This is one of those Emirates.
Much cheaper to live.
I would not say so. Now it's really expensive.
Oh.
It's really expensive. Even sometimes more expensive than it depends. In Dubai sometimes. Because we live in a community where a lot of the locals live. You have a lot of Emirati people living there and stuff. But anyways, it's more to us it's more family friendly, and it's more quiet.
I got you.
And it's only maybe 30 minutes to downtown Dubai, 35 minutes or so.
Okay, yeah.
It's good for me.
I bet, yeah. So most of your apartments are in downtown now?
Yes, the 4 in Dubai Hills, and now the other 8 we have in downtown. And yeah.
So walk me through. I see a lot of people that subleasing is really trending in Dubai now. A lot of people documenting this on Instagram. Maybe the trend went super high, but maybe it's coming down a little bit. People are realizing how hard it is now, especially because the low season is here. And I see so many people struggling and failing and wanting to get out of it because it is very hard to get right. How did you manage to do it so well without any experience?
So that's a good question. To be honest, I have to give a shout out to my man Hamza in America. He was here also as your guest, as far as I know, yes. And anyways, I booked his course actually because I was thinking about doing this business in America. So I went through his course, and even before that, I was just going through social media, trying to get some knowledge, getting some understanding of the business. And so at the end of the day, we landed here in Dubai, and even or in the UAE, and even here still, I was thinking about going to America and doing this. But then we just started here. Okay, we just started here. I said, let me just try to implement the knowledge I got, the theoretic knowledge. Just try to implement it here. Just try to gain some experience. And that's what we did. We just started, and that was also, I think, it was a benefit to start with the smaller units in Dubai Hills, because really at the beginning I just did everything by myself, really literally everything. Like even I didn't have a cleaning team.
You cleaned by
No,
yourself?
I didn't clean by myself, but I was just for each job I had one company just booking them through the app, having come there, and then I brought them the towels, and I brought them the duvet covers and everything. I brought them myself. I brought them for example, I went to the laundry. I took them from the laundry. I brought them to the specific apartment, gave them to the cleaning guys, what have you.
Yeah.
Instructed them, made sure they do everything correct. I did everything myself, and it was really it was good. It was very. It's not the way I would suggest other people to follow this route, but it was good because you from A to Z you could learn everything. Even the small details, you could really see what is what. So the first couple of months I was really, it was really stressful. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a mistake I see with a lot of companies. So I made a post on my story saying if anybody is subleasing in Dubai and wants to quit, send me a message. Maybe I can take over units. And there was especially this one group that sent me a message. They set up. I'm pretty sure they started because they saw my videos, and they set up 5 units just right away.
Yeah.
Just dum 5 units. And they have no clue what they're doing. Everything's a mess. The bedroom counts are wrongly presented, and photos are bad, furniture bad, just everything's bad.
Yeah.
And they're just, pricing strategy was horrible. They're just not making any profit. They're just breaking even. And I think if you're starting this business, you have to just start with one apartment. You have to get everything perfect before you move on to the next one.
Yes.
And you have to make sure that you're making profit. Because the worst thing you want to do is take 5 apartments and be so overwhelmed with everything that you can't get everything perfect.
Yes.
Even me, I'm struggling now a little bit because I got so many units in Dubai and Iceland now, and in total it's a lot of apartments.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, am I ready to move on and take more apartments, or do I have to focus a little bit more on the quality first?
Yes.
So I think that's so important. But I think the reason that you're doing so good is just because you just obsess over everything. You don't trust anyone to take care of the communication for you. You give the cleaning company such strict instructions, and the furnishing just has to be perfect. And your reviews, I think you got 1 review that's not a 5-star review, right?
Yeah, I think 2 4-star reviews. Yeah,
2 4. Otherwise, everything else is a 5-star.
Basically, yes.
It's insane, and you do it all by yourself, right?
Yes.
You don't have any virtual assistants.
Yes.
You don't have any. It's crazy how you do it.
But now I finally have a guy, a really good, capable guy, and shout out to him. He will see this, I hope. And I already love him. He's working now for me for 3-4 weeks.
Okay.
And he's on the ground. He's going and between check in, check out, making sure everything is good. And when we have issues, if something is broken or anything, he just takes. He's the guy on the ground,
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you just hired him.
Yeah.
So before that, you had to run around to each apartment.
Everything, every day.
It was every day something.
Every day.
Because it's a toaster is broken, towel missing, just so many very simple things, right?
See, the way I did it was not the professional view, definitely not. But at the end of the day, I was new into this kind of business, and I scaled pretty fast. In less than a year, maybe in 9 months or so, I scaled, or me and my wife, we scaled to 12 units. Yeah. So it was a really high learning curve in a short time frame, and it was good. So it was not very professional in one sense, but then again, we through this route we became extremely professional because we learned everything. We learned from the guests. We communicated with the guests. We saw what was important to them, what was important in Dubai. We had a good feeling. For example, right now I know exactly what I have to provide to my guests in order to give them a really good experience. Yeah.
But this is a full-time job, right? You wouldn't have time to do anything else.
No, now. So for example, see, this is the thing. Now I want to delegate as much as possible. Yeah. For example, now because of the summer heat, my family took my family to Istanbul, Turkey.
Okay.
So for 3 weeks, we're actually there.
Yeah.
And one of the primary reasons to come here for 2 days to Dubai was you for this podcast.
Oh, nice.
And the last 3 weeks I saw it's really going well with having like the right people at place, like who help you. So for example, like I said, I have my guy on the front, like on the ground, who is like doing an amazing job. And now the next step is just definitely have a virtual assistant, a good one. I need a good one, and I'm able also to pay a good salary for them.
Yeah, I think it's important to give him a little extra to make sure you have a good one.
Yes. So I think these two roles are very important to really being able to free yourself. Yeah. Like have a guy on the ground, have one like for the customer communication, guest communications, and everything, the claims and all of that. And then obviously we have like companies we work with who do like maintenance. Whenever there is an issue, like my guy, he calls them, here's an issue, come please, whatever. Mm-hmm. So once I have the virtual assistant, I can focus like more on the strategic side of the business. We can talk later maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Since we're on this topic, I want to like talk you through my journey of how I delegated things. So I was a little bit quicker in getting an assistant. So when I started in Iceland, as soon as I got to like 4 apartments, I found an agency in Pakistan that there was this guy that had a bunch of people working for him, and they took over the communication. And they were good, but not perfect. You would not be happy with them. Like you would just, because I know you want everything absolutely perfect. But I saw it working. My reviews were always above 4.8. So I was like, okay, this is good. At least I don't have to do the communication. And then when I got to like 7 apartments, I hired a guy on the ground to, go to handle all the issues. And then obviously when I came to Dubai, I had the same communication team already ready. And then when I got to like 3 apartments, I hired my guy on the ground in Dubai. But now I have so many apartments and the communication team in Pakistan, they're not perfect. And I'm seeing them drop so many balls. And so what I did is I hired a girl in the Philippines that used to work with Airbnb, and she's so good.
Amazing.
She's so great. The way she communicates and the way she works, is she just handles tasks right away. And I don't even know when she sleeps, because every time I message her, she just gets it done. So now I'm having her hire a bunch of virtual assistants in the Philippines, and they're going to take away the communication from Pakistan. So I'm super excited about that.
Please give me one also if you find more.
I mean, it's so easy to find them. There's just so many of them.
Yeah, because I also had some discussions with with a couple of guys who are in the business, and sometimes they just disappear. So like one of my friends, he told me like he had some virtual assistant just disappearing.
But you have to make sure that it's exciting for them.
Yeah.
You have to make sure that you got a good salary. You have to make sure that you're comfortable to work with.
Yes.
If you're just super dry and boring and just then they won't enjoy working with you, and then find somebody else. That's why they disappear.
Maybe.
But you just have to, if you've got a good one, treat her like a queen.
Definitely.
And tell her like, hey, if you do a good job, if you take more roles off my table, then we'll increase your salary.
Yeah.
And just make it very clear that
Definitely.
The road is only up for. So I think that's key.
Yeah.
If you own an apartment in Dubai and you want to maximize the revenue you're getting, you need to run it on Airbnb and Book.com. A lot of people have asked me if I can run their Airbnb apartment for them, but I've always pushed that to the side just because it will take too much time away from my apartments. So what I've done now is I've partnered with 2 guys that have been in the industry for 10 years, and together we're going to start managing apartments for other people. Now with them teaming up with me, I'm going to be able to truly focus on maximizing the revenue on my own subleasing apartments and the apartments that we're managing for other people. So if you want me and my team to manage your apartment and truly maximize the revenue you're getting on Airbnb and Book.com, fill out the form in the description, and either me or my team members will reach out to you. All right, where should we go next? So
it's up to you.
So, okay, we talked about why you are successful a little more than other people that I see. And tell me a little bit about the struggles of subleasing in Dubai. What are the main struggles?
So obviously you talked a lot about the competition here. And I think you have a lot of big companies here doing this for a lot of years or several years before us. And I think this is the biggest struggle really, because the market is great. and it's going to be great also in the future, I believe. But it's just like, what can you do to also have a piece of it, right? And now, like more and more people coming also into the market and saturating it, you just have to be at the top of your game. And I believe, so for example, I'm focusing right now really on downtown. I have 2 really nice units in Business Bay, which is also very close to downtown. But I don't want to go to Marina or anything like, just because. Why? Because, for example, I know what works. I know the buildings. And actually, there are not too many nice buildings, if you want to say so. There are just so many buildings you have in Dubai with a nice view, and like in downtown, when we're talking about downtown. And if you can get your foot into it, and if you make a good furnishing, and if you know how to run it, then it doesn't matter how, in my opinion, how saturated the market is, you will make your money. Because people will book. But you just have to, I think the challenge right now is, and we talked about this, is to get good deals now. This is for example, now during the summer, I'm hoping to get more units, 5 units, maybe 10 units, what have you. Yeah. But I'm not going to take everything. So this is one mistake I'm seeing with newcomers coming. They just take, they say, whatever, I don't care about the rent, just give me an apartment. And they go for really, in my opinion, really not so smart deals, with very high rents.
I agree. But sometimes it's hard for beginners to get in.
Yeah.
Sometimes they just have to get something to...
But it's desperation, more or less. Yeah,
I know. But, I've seen some people that are just desperately trying to get their first deal. And it's just so hard when you don't have any credibility.
Yeah.
When the agent asks, why should I give you the deal? You don't have anything in Dubai.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think to be honest, this is me and you, we in a WhatsApp group with a lot of operators here in Dubai. So I don't, maybe you're not following it, but I do actually a little bit. So I see that especially during summertime, maybe people are really struggling right now.
Yeah. Okay, let's go over a couple of things. You mentioned, there's big competition in Dubai, both because of old, huge operators and because of newcomers. Honestly, I think the old operators, they're not that big of a threat because it's so easy to outperform them because there's many things missing with them.
Yes.
Like everything. I mean, they're good, but nothing's perfect. It seems like they do everything 8 out of 10.
Yes.
I feel like. Do you agree?
Yes.
Decent photos, decent furniture, decent pricing strategy, but I feel like everything can be improved with almost all of the old companies. I feel like the bigger threat is just because subleasing is so trending that there's just so many newcomers coming, and some of them are actually great. Yes. Some of them actually do everything perfect, and they have got so much energy because they want to do everything perfect. But you're right, so many of them are struggling, especially now in the summer. But let's talk a little bit about, I think when new people start this business, they have a little bit, not all of them, but some of them have a little bit, their expectations are a little bit off. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I worried, even me, sometimes I'm thinking about Dubai is not a great market for this. And I'm all the time thinking about going somewhere else.
Yes.
The reason why is I feel like this is almost less of a business and more of an investment. Because we have to put up so much money and we only get the money back in a year if we do good.
Yes.
In other markets like America, I've seen it in Norway, UK, Australia, we see it in Pakistan. I've seen it so many other countries. People are able to get their investment back in 3 months.
Yes.
Because the furniture is so. Tell me about that. Why? Give me the cons and pros of subleasing in Dubai.
To be honest, I would not recommend people in Germany to start this business here, in general.
I agree.
I think, because I was here, and obviously it is a good market, it made sense, right? But the cons, you talked about this a lot in your podcast, it's really the scaling factor. To scale is really tough because it's an expense. And this is something in the most of the world I believe you don't have, like when we talk about America, for example, and it's so easy to get you have a monthly basis rents and you get some maybe they give you some extra time and what have you, it's so easy to scale, right?
Yeah.
And also to maybe even to get your foot in, because you have so many different kind of buildings. So really I think the scaling factor and with this connected the financial aspect is tough. And even let's say if you start here, for example, I have 12 apartments right now, okay? So what is your end goal? Like what do you really want to do? For example, if you come here and let's say you have $100,000, which is quite a lot of money, right? How many apartments can you get? Like let's say if you go for 2 bedrooms in downtown or wherever, yeah, you can maybe like get 3 apartments at the beginning, maybe 4, I don't know, like not that many, right?
Yeah.
And then if that was all your budget you had, then scaling from there is going to be really difficult.
Yeah.
Where you want to go from there, what you want to do.
Versus in America, if you had, or almost any other country, if you had $100,000, you could set up like, I mean, if you have time, you could just buy used furniture or find free furniture. And if you do it correctly, you'll make profit. So you can even get a unit with basically zero investment.
Yeah.
But because of the competition in Dubai, then you have to really invest.
Yep.
So I think about this a lot. So there's very few people that it fits to sublease in Dubai, because you have to both have a lot of cash and you have to have exceptional hosting skills.
Yep.
And there's not a lot of people that have both. And if you have a lot of cash, but you don't have exceptional hosting skills, you have to be ready to learn and become an exceptional host. And that's no easy task.
Yep.
You need a year in most cases, and you need to obsess over it. You need to, like, you are obsessing over it. You just spend the whole day trying to improve everything.
Yeah.
Like, this is not some side business you just toss up and you know it's gonna be passive income. No, you gotta obsess over it. And either you obsess over it or you already have that skill coming from another country.
Yeah.
So Dubai is maybe good for like very advanced operators. So if you have this business in another country and you're really good, then yeah, Dubai makes sense, because there's very clear regulations and there's a lot of buildings that you can get in cheap labor, and you can scale. Like if you have cash, you can scale pretty easily.
Yeah.
But if you don't have either one of those, you're better off starting anywhere else in the world.
Definitely. I mean, look at Hamza. You know, he started like 4 years ago or something like this with just maybe $10,000, something like this.
Yeah.
And then you can just, because money is coming really fast. You know, the return is coming pretty fast. And then you can just get more units and more units. And then you have some other perks, like you can get some credit cards after you get some history and all of that, right? So it's so much easier to scale. One of my friends, he's doing it in Germany as well.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that going?
I think I didn't really talk about him, but he has a couple of units, and I think he's making his money, I guess. But then you have some other regulations which makes it tough. So like every country has its pros and cons, you know. Like you said, the regulations here in place are really amazing. Yeah, it's really.
And the neighbors are so comfortable. Like in Iceland, my biggest thing is neighbors, just keeping the neighbors happy. Because they can just crush you.
Definitely.
But here, no neighbor cares about Airbnb.
No.
Airbnb is just part of the culture, you know.
I think it's so many advantages. Like for example, like you said, if you go in one of these buildings, right? Yeah. And you have the license and the permits, and you do your Airbnb. There is no one really bothering you. You can do your stuff. Just be professional. Do your thing. You know, don't give the security or the building management any issues as far as possible. Yeah. And then you're good, right? You're good. So like every country, but really Dubai, like it's up to you. If you say, you know what, I have some money and I'm happy to have like 4 apartments and make like this amount of money, and I don't need to work, I just stick with these 4 units or 5 units or what have you, and I'm happy, then that's good. You can do that, I guess. But for me and you, we're business people, I would say, and we we have a vision, right? We just want to keep moving, and then like there is always alternatives. Like you can spend your money, you can spend it here, you can spend it in other places, like on other projects even. So you always have to like weigh what do you want to do, right?
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about like some strategy stuff. So the one thing we talked about. So we've known each other since we spotted each other. Like, hey, we're doing the same thing. Let's meet up.
Through Sayed, basically.
Through Syed, one of the guys that was on the podcast as well. And one of the things that we talked about recently is the cleaning. So both of us are using this same cleaning company. They do decent. What do you think about them? So
actually, yesterday I had a call with the CEO, I believe. Okay. Or at least he has a high position over there, and we talked about some issues and like some things which were good. Maybe like in general, I'm happy in general. Overall, I'm happy with what they're doing, but obviously there is some things which can be improved and need to be improved. And we talked about some stuff. And the thing is, I don't have too much experience. So right now, when I didn't have my guy, it was a little bit tough. But now that I have my guy on the ground, what he's doing, he's like, we have the option to double check. He is going like before every check out, check in, and he's making sure that the cleaning team is making what they're promised to do. And with this combination, for me, now it's working out.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's working because you're double checking a lot of the times.
Correct.
What do you think about the price they charge?
I mean, at the end of the day, this is also one of the things you have to just try to negotiate with them. And if you have more units, you can surely negotiate with them. It's like, it's this business, right?
Yeah.
And you can compare. There are other companies, as far as I know, you can compare. And if you want to give it a try, you can change. I mean, I don't know what's your idea. Like, what do you think? Like, I mean,
so I've had the idea. Obviously, I've got like 27 apartments now in Dubai. A lot of them in the same building and very close by. And my thought was often, for a long time, like, as soon as me and my employees have a little more time, when we stop adding more apartments, we'll start hiring our own cleaners. And we'll just have them all live in the same place. We'll have a bus that picks them up and drives them to the apartments and just cleans. It's going to be so much cheaper, and we're going to control a little bit. And I'm not going to hire these people. I'm just going to have my guy hire these cleaners. Yes. And then put a cleaning supervisor in place that does the schedule and all that. I'm not going to manage it. But it's going to cut my cleaning course probably in half.
You think so?
Maybe like 60% or something.
Really?
Yeah, I think so for sure. But I recently got an idea. So I have a friend in Europe that has 150 apartments in Europe. He wants to stay low key, so he didn't want to come on the podcast or anything because of regulations in that country. He wants to stay low key, but he's got 150 apartments, and that country has so much, like the salary is like quadruple what you have to pay a person here, or even more, and he has a company that does the cleaning, and he pays almost the same for cleaning as I do in Dubai.
Okay.
And he's in a country in Europe where the salary is quadruple.
Yes.
How does that make sense?
Yep.
How does that make sense? And he says, so I'm like, 150 apartments, why don't you have your own cleaners? And he's like, I'm just not as efficient as that company.
Yes.
This company is so professional. They clean, stairs and offices in the morning. Then they do their Airbnb apartments between 11 and 3, and then they go clean some more stairs and hallways afternoon. And this is all they focus on. This is just some company that obsesses over cleaning and really has the systems in such place that it's cheaper for him to use the company than it is to hire his own cleaners. Yes. So I'm like, how am I, first of all, paying the same in Dubai as somebody in Europe for each clean? And how the hell is there not an efficient cleaning company in Dubai like there is over there? So right now I put up a story. I asked all the cleaning companies in Dubai to send me an offer, and I got so many messages.
Really?
I've yet to go through it all, but I'm hoping to find somebody that's going to give me a lot cheaper offer.
Yeah.
And I want to try that out.
I think this is a good way to go, and oftentimes you just have to try out different companies.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we start with them, we made our experience, but you don't know what others have to offer.
I feel like everybody uses the company that we use.
Yeah, more or less, maybe. I mean, there are also like one of our friends, I don't know, Redit, for example. I know he is using another company.
Really? Is it going good?
He's really happy.
Okay.
And but then again, he has like his own system in place. Like, he's providing his own linens and stuff.
He told about that.
Yeah.
So he buys the linen actually.
Yeah.
I bet that is a little bit of a headache because then he has to like replace it and.
Yeah, but I mean, if he has a system in place and he has his, the good thing about Redit, and shout out to him, very good guy. He's very strategical, very like he's really on top of his game,
Yeah.
So he has systems in place for everything.
Yeah.
So I wish I can be like him one day, maybe. But
you guys are the opposite because he used to have a software company, so he really knows how to put systems in place and automate everything. but I do think your units look better than his for sure.
Yeah.
So you guys have the opposite qualities. He's really good at delegating and putting systems in place. You're not so much yet, at least.
Yeah.
But your units look amazing, and his units are like 9 out of 10. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, like no. See, the thing is, like, for example, like what I think is when it comes to business, oftentimes if you have a restaurant business or whatever, oftentimes like the elements are the same. Like business is business at the end of the day, more or less. So you just try to adapt to every like specific thing you're doing. And with subleasing, I just try to see. Let me tell you real quick. Like when I had the burger restaurant, the first couple of years, I didn't even know how to flip a burger really. I had my guys. I have like delegated.
Okay.
You know. So, but once I started to flip the burgers and work myself, then things changed because I understood the business like from the ground.
Yeah.
And I had the chance really because I had more insights. I could like really go like perfect the business, you know. And I think this is important. So in my opinion, this helped me a lot to really understand the business, to be aware of the details. And now it's the time. It's where I need to delegate to make a profession, everything.
Yeah.
I was waiting for this. It's not like why, like I wanted to really like, I was so worried about having a good experience. So let me do everything myself until I get the grasp of it. And then once I have that, then slowly I can like delegate. And that's what I'm doing right now.
I see, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, if you're going to keep growing, you're going to need that for sure.
Definitely. And this is what I want to do because like now I want to, by the end of the year, I want to have 20 units. God willing, inshallah. And maybe next year we're going to get 40. Who knows? Like we need to run it now as a business.
Yeah, exactly. One thing that resonated with me what you said is just like how business is business, like more or less.
Yeah.
And I've obviously I've never run a business except for this business. And
oh really?
Yeah. I was selling insurance for a long time.
Okay.
And that's not running a business. That's just being a sales agent.
Yeah.
But then I grew this business in Iceland. And then I did the whole thing again in Dubai, you know, and it's different countries, but the process was pretty much the same. And I can imagine in pretty much any other business, simple business at least, it would be the same process. Like if we were opening a cleaning company, it would just be, okay, start the operations, make sure there's quality, and then hire a manager. It's like just,
it's the patterns are similar.
Similar, yeah.
Many times, yeah.
Yeah, I bet. All right, so yeah, so back to the cleaning. Yeah, I don't know where I want to go with this.
So I mean, the cleaning is very important. Obviously, like yesterday also, I think yesterday you posted a story about the ratings of your cleaning.
Yeah.
And you
said this is shit.
No, I didn't say that. You said it's good, or I think you were quite happy.
I was like, they're decent. It's like 87% of the guests. 88% of the guests leave a 5-star review for cleaning.
For cleaning, yeah.
But obviously, it should be higher.
It should be.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I was at 93, something like this.
Yeah.
I looked into it yesterday, and I dropped to like 83.
That's not good.
That's not good.
83 is definitely not good.
I mean, still, see, so this is the thing. Like, one of the things what we're doing, or what I'm trying to do is like always to go the extra step for my customers because they're coming, they're paying money, and they want to experience something nice here in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
So when you go the extra step, then people like we don't want to nitpick, but like when something is not going 100%, but overall the experience is great, then they forgive you, and that's why they give me 5-star ratings. And
it's because your communication is so good. You're forgiving. You're like, you give them a compensation or something.
I don't necessarily give them. I don't like to throw money at the problem. That's not what I try to do. You know, like if something really is messed up or something's happened, you know, like maybe whatever. I don't know. Like okay, we can refund them a little bit something, but in general, you know, just be there. Like there is a problem, okay, communicate. Yeah. Like most of the people, like they appreciate if you communicate with them.
Exactly.
And this is the feedback we are getting, that they know that there is an operator who is really like taking care of us.
Yeah, that's been my biggest problem with the Pakistani guys. Like they show no empathy.
And that's a problem.
They're just, what's the problem? Yes. Send me a photo. Here's how to fix it.
Yes. And
there's not even an apology. No, and I'm like, and I have no control over them because it's an agency.
Yeah.
So I can't ask him to change, or like I have to go to the boss. I have to beg him to ask his employees to show more empathy, and they just don't. You know, so that's why I changed to the Philippines, where I control everything 100%.
Yeah,
it's so important. Since we're talking about strategy, one thing I want to talk about as well that I'm implementing in Iceland, like now that I'm focused on Dubai, and I still have like 30 apartments over there, I can definitely tell the quality of the apartment is like coming down a little bit because there's wear and tear everywhere.
Yeah, yep,
you know?
Yep.
And my guys in Iceland are not on top of things like here in Dubai. My guys are checking for damages every single checkout and just fixing everything. So in Iceland, what I learned from my guy from Europe with 150 apartments, he's got this system where he has got a massive checklist, and he has somebody go to each apartment every other month and just check everything. Does the dryer work? Does the washing machine work?
Yes, cool.
Is there a hair dryer? Every single thing.
Yes.
And I implemented that. So, and all of the issues, this is like uploaded to a system called Monday.com, and all the issues are put in a little form. And my maintenance guy, he just has to crack down on this list.
Yes.
And it's gonna put him to work for sure. It's gonna push
really
him.
good.
Yeah.
It's actually what we're doing now.
Yeah.
We're doing the same. Like, for example, my guy, he's just making a list. He's looking like really every little detail. Is everything functioning? Is everything working? What are the issues? And documenting everything, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's so important. And also, especially like we're working now for Airbnb, and like now we see like stuff happens, right? Like people damage here and their stuff. And I lost some money because we were not on top of the game in this. And now we're really documenting. And if something gets damaged and what have you, we file a claim for Airbnb, and we get refunded most of the times, or almost every time. And then this really makes a lot of money. And you have to be, and this gives you the money to replace those things, obviously. Like, you have to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. For sure. So one of the top things we joke about a lot is going to America.
Yeah.
Because we see like Hamza's students, we're in the group, so we see like how they're doing, and some of these complete beginners are doing so nice, like doing great numbers, and I keep thinking like, wow, because I got all this 4-year experience. What happens if I go to America? You know?
Good question. Yeah.
Well, why are you thinking about going?
I thought about it, and even just like every now and then, maybe and just recently, my cousin, he's an American, and I was thinking maybe to just connect with him and do something. There are things you need to consider, because I'm looking at the market for maybe 1.5, 2 years or something, and I'm also in Hamza's group, WhatsApp group, and I'm really. Like I have a good idea, and I have been to America so many times, like maybe like over 10 times already. I have been there, and now, to be honest, and I knew that you want to talk about this a little bit, so I'm still not 100% sold at this point, and I tell you why, because what I have seen over the years is that they have a saturation overall, and like 2-3 years ago it was different.
Yeah,
definitely different. There was like a whole field, you could go like to so many cities and do it professionally, like, because many people, I think they didn't do it professionally, and guys like Hamza, they pushed people and they taught people to do it, like with his courses and everything, right? And actually Hamza, I think he started like 4 years ago himself, right? Yeah. And now it's like I'm looking in the group, like I'm reading the messages, like what people are doing, and there are so many people who are not making money.
Yeah.
And even now, people trying to go for niche, maybe markets or maybe niche products, like for houses, for example. Like people trying to do houses. This is also what Hamza is also saying, like look into it. Because like so many people, like when it comes to apartments, like the cities, look at the big cities, it's saturated. And now houses is something where you still can make money, apparently, but houses I don't want to touch. Myself, why? I don't want to touch. Because houses, it's some kind of risk, a higher risk. Okay. You have more rent, you have more costs. And also when it comes in America, I don't know have you been to America before?
Yeah, I lived there for 1 year. I went on an exchange when I was 16.
Which city?
California, a small town up north.
Okay. So in America, you have to, like, the maintenance for a house is also a thing. Like the grass and like sometimes termites or whatever, you know, like you have to, they have issues like this. Like if you look in the group, like they have issues, and maybe you have bugs coming and then guests giving you like bad reviews. There were bugs, for example, or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So doing this from here, like having a house from here, like it's a challenge to have apartments running from here, from this side of the world and the other side of the world. But then a house is other ball game. I don't want to touch it from here. Then if I want to do this, then I have to be there for some time, and that's not what I'm looking for.
If you want to open a company in Dubai, it's very important to have the right service to help you with the entire setup. When I moved to Dubai, I used a very reputable service, one of the biggest services in Dubai, to help me with the setup, and it was a disaster. They sent me to all these office inspections to the wrong locations, and they told me to lie to these inspectors, and it was just a disaster. It was so embarrassing. And then once the entire setup was done, it was no possible way to get a hold of him. Like, I had a bunch of follow-up questions that I wanted to get clear and some add-ons that I wanted to do, but I couldn't get a hold of him. So it was a disaster. So what I have done is now I found this guy now that I'm working with if I need any like legal or company advice and setup, and I'm sending all my friends to this guy. So if you want a proper service to help you set up your company or answer your questions about what kind of companies to set up in Dubai, reach out to this guy. You can fill out the form in the description and he will reach out to you. Yeah, so talking about houses, obviously we only have apartments here in Dubai. Yeah, but people have villas. But I've got houses in Iceland, so both cabins and just houses. And I can tell you that my most profitable apartment in Iceland is a house.
Yep.
But also my worst deal ever was also a house. So it's a tricky thing. So yeah, it was a house like in the suburb, and I just had to invest way too much for the furniture because it was so big. I had to buy so much furniture, and then it didn't end up making much profit.
Yeah.
And so I returned the house, and there were so many small damages that I didn't even get my security deposit back. So I was like, it was just a terrible deal. So. But then I have another house that's just amazing. So it's
you can make money definitely, and I think even Hamza has a house or two, maybe, I don't know. But and there is this one guy, I don't want to mention his name. I'm following him also a little bit. He makes apparently money, I guess. But even him, he was complaining now just recently.
A house in America, he was complaining. It was
I think I'm not 100% sure, but see, the thing is like when you have a house, you have high season, low season. And when it comes to occupancy throughout the year, I'm a little bit worried because like a house makes sense. Like you have like maybe usually sleeping 12 people, 15 people, what have you.
Yeah.
And a house to rent, even in low season, costs something. And it's not cheap. Like you have a group coming together and like everybody chipping in and what have you. Like how much is going to occupancy to be throughout the year? So you can make money definitely, but myself, I'm not willing to do it in America. We can talk about America, definitely, but I don't want to touch houses from here.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense. I like apartments a lot better. Yeah. But the crazy thing is we don't know anybody that's doing subleasing in America and Dubai. So I wish just somebody would do both so we could get an opinion from both sides.
Yeah.
But like Hamza, he has no interest in doing this in Dubai. Because he looks at the numbers, he's like, no, I don't want to do this. Yeah. So, but we are always thinking about America. But one thing I wanted to talk about though is if we just look at it from if we just really think about it. Okay, first of all, I'm just not afraid of saturation because I don't believe it can be more saturated than Dubai. Because it's just markets. If it gets so saturated that people are not making enough money, then people quit, and then there comes more profit again. And if people are making too much profit, more people come in. So it's just a balancing market. Okay, that's everywhere. That's in American cities and that's in Dubai cities.
Yes.
But in Dubai, people are pushed into Airbnb because long-term tenants are so protected in Dubai that the owner, if he gets a long-term tenant into an apartment, he can never kick the person out unless he's going to sell the apartment. So he cannot raise the rent except for like a certain percentage. So if you get a bad tenant in, you can't kick him out. If you get a tenant in for low rent and the rent rises, you can't have him catch up with rent. So getting a long-term tenant in sometimes lowers the value of your apartment. So people don't want a long-term tenant. They just want to put it on Airbnb where they have complete flexibility. They can use the apartment themselves when they want. They can sell the apartment when they want. They can raise the rent just with the market value. There's so much benefit of having your apartment on Airbnb in Dubai. So people are pushed into Airbnb even if they're not making more money.
Yes.
Even sometimes if they make less money on Airbnb, they would
Yes.
rather be on Airbnb than having a long-term tenant. So that pushes the market down.
Yes.
You know, so the difference between long-term rent and Airbnb is lower. So I can't, this happens nowhere in the world except for Dubai. So I can't imagine a more saturated market than Dubai. Does this make sense?
It makes sense. But then again, what I said before is like, for example, if you look at downtown in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Then you have so many buildings only which makes sense for subleasing, right? Like, you know the buildings. You know, I don't have to mention the building names. You know them.
Yeah.
So you know very well, it doesn't matter how many people are here, really. If you have like one of those nice units and those nice buildings and you do your thing, you don't care about the rest. You will make your money.
Yeah.
Maybe you will disagree with me in this with one of the buildings which you're right now. We talked about the you know, but for example, in America, let's say if you want to go to America, okay, make it practical. Hamza is looking only for, as far as I know, like for A buildings, like really like the best buildings, okay, and he's trying to get maybe 20 units there, 40 units, what have you. He doesn't want to deal with B units.
Yeah.
And which makes sense. So when we're talking about saturation in America, so how possible or what's the chance of us, for example, going there and getting like really like one of those nice units, like one of those nice buildings? Because right now you can bet that most of those nice buildings who allow Airbnb are already taken.
Okay.
Okay. It's like here, same. For example, I have like one of the most amazing buildings. I have 3 units here. Okay. But now it's so, for me, like there were so many other operators, like everybody wants to go into the building. Once you're there, you're there. So you have to really wait and be patient and see when there is an opportunity for you to go inside one of the nice buildings. So it doesn't matter if you're in Dubai or in New York or wherever if you can get your foot into one of the nice buildings, that's the challenge, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, you could also go the route like our friend Said, who is like going on a big scale. Like he has over 300 apartments with more like B units, right? In Chicago. And then he's like maybe not making so much profit per unit, but because he has like over 300 units, then the whole thing makes sense to him. But this is not what we are looking for. When we want to go to America, we want to do the same thing like here in Dubai. We want to go in the nicer buildings. I guess, at least this is my opinion.
Yeah. But man, we're doing fine in Dubai. Grass is always greener on the other side. You know?
Yes. Really, you have to be really, because if you go there, you can do it. I'm not saying, and it would be pretty interesting because people in America, they know you.
Yeah.
You're the subleasing guy.
Yeah.
And it would be really, especially for Instagram and the stories and everything, would be amazing. It would be an amazing story for you to go there, but then you have to remember or bear in mind that it's gonna take a lot of focus for you away from Dubai.
Absolutely.
It's gonna take a lot of effort and everything. Like, so you have to make a wise decision, because once you're in it, you're gonna be in it for some while.
But I'm at the point now that I've outsourced everything in Dubai.
Yeah.
So my guys have the permission to sign contracts for me and checks and everything. Good. So I could just run things from wherever.
Good.
And I think, I'm going to keep picking up deals here in Dubai as long as I see good deals.
Yeah.
But as soon, if rents rise too much, like we think they might in October, then I'm going to a new market for sure. But
then again, you have to wait. Let's see just what happens with all the newbies coming inside the market.
True.
Because in my opinion, see, this is one thing I think nobody really talked about it is, and I talked this with some agents, is that actually many residents who live here in Dubai, even the wealthy ones, many, they don't like to live with their families in downtown, for example, okay?
Yeah.
So now you have a lot of people, like many operators coming in, taking these downtown units, right?
Yeah.
And some, like many, I guess, there are so many who are paying like crazy amount of rents. So let's see what happens in the next 1 or 2 years, like, because right now you're seeing operators want to sell their units to you, or just they have enough, they want to leave the country, whatever, they just want to get out of the business, okay?
Yeah.
Let's see in 1 year, 2 years. So if these operators, and this will happen, they will go out of the market, they will go out of the business, what's going to happen with all of these downtown units? I don't like. I know there are so many nice communities like in Dubai coming, like Dubai Hills and other people, like where the people, like I said, the wealthy people, they take their families there because it's nicer to them. And then these units, what I'm trying to say is, they will be standing there. Because even now in the last year, I saw that, for example, I took a really nice unit, like it was an older unit in downtown, but this is making me a lot of revenues right now. It was a good deal. You have also one unit there.
Yeah.
It's like 10 or 15 years old, a building. And the landlord, the apartment, I think, that was standing there for over 4 weeks or so. He could not rent it out. And I think this will going to happen more. Just because it's downtown doesn't mean too much. Like, just wait, maybe one. I don't want to like give a negative, but this is what I'm expecting. Like, once many operators are going back out of the market, then many of these downtown units will be available for a good price. It's my opinion.
Yeah, because there has been a lot of hype.
Yep, definitely.
And a lot of new operators come in.
Yes.
That's kind of funny how it is in Dubai. Definitely, apartments stand vacant a lot longer than, for example, what I see in Iceland. How do you think that is compared to like Germany and stuff? So when an apartment comes on the market for rent, it's not unusual that it stays on the market for like 2 or 3 months.
No. In Germany, it's going, and like people are standing sometimes in lines.
Yeah,
like.
Same in Iceland. It goes like this: 40 applications right away, and just whoever's the most presentable gets it.
Yes.
Why do you think it's different in Dubai?
It's a good question. I think Dubai, there is a lot of projects coming. Like every day there is a new project. So many options where you can go and live. Yeah. Right? So you have a lot of residential buildings, which don't necessarily make sense for holiday homes. Okay? But if you're a family, if you're just a single person, you want to look for a studio, you have so many options where you can go. It's just like really demand, you know? What you have right now. And Dubai is a progressing country, it's a developing country. Dubai is thinking about the future. Like, you see all of these projects are coming, they're also for the future, right? But right now, this is the case. For example, if you're a single person and you just want to have a studio apartment or 1-bedroom apartment, if you go outside, you can find you have so many options, you can get the rent today, right? You can sign a contract today if you want.
Yeah, I could sign 50 contracts today if I wanted.
Yeah.
But bad deals.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just a different economy than in so many other countries. Dubai is special. It's just special.
Yeah, it really is. It's different.
Yeah.
That's why we got to try something else to be able to compare.
Yeah, I know you. I mean, you're a little bit younger than me. So, I mean, I have...
How old are you?
Yeah. Next month, I will turn 43, actually.
Damn. All right.
Have 2 kids. You know, I'm not as energetic maybe as you are.
Let's talk about that a little bit. So you got 2 kids in Dubai. How's that? Good schools?
No, they're still small. Even though I'm old, they're small.
Okay.
But we're living in Sharjah, and we love the UAE. It's an amazing place for families to live. For like so many benefits, I don't have to tell you. There is a reason why people are coming here. And more people actually are coming here, and even some friends are like, one of my very, very close friends. He's coming with his family next month, God willing.
Man, yeah, it's just everything's so efficient here. It's so comfortable. I went back to Iceland for like 2 weeks, and it was like, man, I have to drive to the gym, and there's no pool, and I have to go to the store on a car. I can't just walk to the store, and like. So many things you take for granted, like the AC in your apartment, like it's perfect, and how you just can take Ubers everywhere, and it's cheap, and everything's just so efficient here. Yeah,
it's to me, it's like really, when it comes to like worldly benefits and everything, it's just like the best country, like it as good as it gets. Like, many people like maybe try to bring up Singapore and what have you, but whatever, it's a taste. But
I bet when you have children, it even amplifies, because in Europe you can't just hire a cheap nanny or a chef or anything. But here you can just hire for nothing and have everything taken care of.
We didn't like in Germany. We were living in an apartment. Here we're living in a villa. In Germany, we didn't have a maid. Here we have a maid, a nanny it's like convenient. It's very convenient, and people are friendly. People are positive.
That's another thing when I feel like when I go back home, it's like everything's so shy. You can't just scream what's up to a stranger, you know. But here I'm just saying like what's up to everybody.
How are you, brother?
Yeah, exactly. It's a little different. But what's it like having 2 kids and still be grinding in this business? Because for me, I'm grinding the whole day, man. What's it like for you, man?
No, it's good, because at the end of the day, I have my wife. She is amazing. I'm so happy and blessed to have her, you know. And like I said, we have our maid and nanny, like same person, but she's doing both. And so they are basically doing like they're taking care of the household and everything. And I can just focus on my business. And then like here and there, I can like come and enjoy my family.
That's
like
perfect,
before
man.
I go to work, after work.
That's the dream.
Yes, it's amazing. I'm blessed. Really, it's amazing, and we should not take it for granted. And I thank God for it. And it's amazing. And we try to. I'm healthy at the moment.
Yeah.
I have some financial means, and I have my family, and I just try to do as much as I can.
Exactly.
And now that we have the summertime, it's like I just want to pick up more and more units and just try to push it. I'm not thinking too much. Like after me and you, we will sit down, we will talk about America.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm just like trying to, and you the same positions. Let's try to get some units in the summer, and let's see what goes.
I'm focusing on Dubai in the summer, but then I'm gonna look around. How much are you losing in the summer, do you think?
So I don't want to give you like all my details right now, but for one of my apartments, 2-bedroom apartments in downtown, for example, I made the calculation a couple of days ago, and it was like maybe $250 I lost
for a unit
for in the month of June.
Oh, just the total?
I didn't lose that much.
Yeah, so I've got 20. Like in the month of June, I had like 22 active apartments, and I lost maybe, I think around $10,000, just over, I think $12,000. In July, I'm definitely going to lose more. Because it's also hard when you got a lot of new units, and I got a lot of them.
Yes.
So it's hard to get them booked when they're new, no reviews, just introduced to the algorithm.
Yes.
So yeah, in July and August, I'm definitely losing like $20,000 both months.
But it's good. See, summertime, I thought it would be worse.
Yeah, I actually thought too.
And I think I liked your strategy because you in the very beginning of the year, maybe like January, February, something like this, you already started to get bookings or made the you adapted your prices for the summer.
Exactly. One problem I had though is Downtown Views, one of the building. Do you have any units there?
No, but you think about the pool. You're talking about the pool.
Yeah, they closed the pool for the entire summer.
Yeah.
Till like 15th of September.
Yeah.
The entire summer. And me and my communication team were like deciding, how do we handle this? Do we just let the guests come and just all of a sudden there's no pool and they're going to complain and we're going to have like complaint after complaint after complaint or are we going to let all the guests know and half of them are going to cancel? So we decided to do that. We just let all the guests know to avoid like issues.
Yeah, you did that, yeah? Okay. Yeah.
And just half of them canceled.
Oh, really?
Wow. Maybe like 30%.
Okay.
And, a bunch of good bookings that I had like way back got canceled and I had to get new bookings at a lower rate. But, everything's booking up, everything's fully booked, so it's fine.
But it's just one of the things of the business, things happen. It's not in your hand.
Another thing that happened that I posted about recently in one of my favorite towers, so where I have most of my apartments, is you know how we often like to put like, so an eight people can sleep in a 2-bedroom apartment?
Yeah.
That's what Hamza taught us. That building got sick of it, and they cracked down on it. Now they got like really strict rules that only like 4 people can sleep in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite tower, but now I have to focus on some other towers, Yeah. So there's always issues that come up here and there.
It is what it is. Yeah, this happens. Business. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's business. But really, like in my opinion, see, like if you look in America, people are really losing serious money during the low season.
Really.
Like talk to Say, for example, like he would give you numbers.
Yeah.
But that's the business. It evens. The idea is that it evens itself out, and then you make a profit overall, right?
Exactly.
Obviously, and so now that I made, like for example, this one unit, I made like maybe $250 loss in the month of June. It was so much better, and like I'm still like in so many buildings I'm like booked like 90%, 95%, 85%. Like occupancy is great.
Yeah.
And even though I made a mistake, in my opinion, maybe like because that's I didn't focus on summer as early as you did. Like I focused very late.
You told me you were gonna make a profit in the summer. You thought it was gonna be easy. I remember you said that.
Yeah, I was worried. Maybe I was joking, but I was worried, obviously. Okay. So I was. But I remember like we have a small WhatsApp group, and we talked about this, and you had already all your bookings, like so many bookings throughout summer.
Yeah.
Props to you, good for you. But I didn't have anything almost, and then I focused on adapting the prices for summertime. And Hamza was like, "Nah, it's too late, man. It's too late." Exactly. And I was like, "Oh, please don't say like this." But it was not too late. Like I still like adapted like the price is similar maybe to yours. And I still got very, very good deals, not deals, like bookings. And I'm so happy with the summer. It turned out great.
Yeah.
And right now I'm just having Airbnb. I just now started also really like having booking.com, like setting up my listings on booking.com.
You get bookings there already?
No, like I had like 4 units and I got some bookings there, but I really didn't pay attention too much.
I get a lot less bookings from booking.com.
But then again, there are people, I don't know, you have to look into it because other people are getting like 30% or so.
I know, like Redeed gets more bookings from booking.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think it's just because I've spent so much time on Airbnb. I'm just so much better on Airbnb than Booking. But it's, I'll just have to figure it out. There's so many promotions you can do and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But he's kicking us out. Any last topics you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just think like if you come to Dubai, think long term, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm already having like here and there having like customers coming back or asking if or giving my number to their friends or colleagues or what have you.
Oh, nice.
So I'm sure like if you're here for a couple of years and you get a reputation and people are happy with you, then they will return. Especially if they know that you have other buildings, other units, and already people are sending me messages like, "We love the unit so much, and thank you, and we want to come back." And make sure this is the thing. Like, don't come to Dubai to make a quick buck. Think long term.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Especially if you don't have if you haven't mastered all the homes yet.
Yeah.
Understand that you need to master the skills of having a successful Airbnb. And it's going to take some time.
Yeah. And let just lastly also like myself, I'm here in the region now. I'm happy, and already I'm looking like not looking, but I'm thinking also about like places like Saudi Arabia maybe.
Really? What about Abu Dhabi?
See, the thing is like. Let me talk about Saudi for just one second. It's like Saudi, I think in 5 years maybe, like 3 to 5 years, it can be really interesting. Like I know some property management companies are setting up there right now, it seems. So this is what I'm saying. Think long term, like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. I don't care. Like maybe in 4 years, 5 years, maybe when the market is really going to be beneficial to me, then maybe I have 100 units here. Who knows? And then I can take all my expertise with hopefully big reputation, go over there, right? Maybe I will do also, maybe sometime I will do some property management. And same thing goes for Abu Dhabi. I think I love Abu Dhabi. I told my wife sometimes, not sometimes, like maybe even many times, I like to live there for at least for a year or so, because I think it's a beautiful emirate, and there's so much development going on, and has been going on. It's so nice. I like it more than Dubai.
Really?
It's so nice. It's so beautiful.
Wow, I've never been there.
We're going tonight.
We're going tonight. We're going to a basketball game. What kind of basketball game is it?
It's Team USA against the preparation for the Olympics.
Nice. I'm excited.
Against me too. Like LeBron James and all of them guys coming.
Nice.
And they're playing Serbia today, so I will show you around if I can tonight.
Okay.
But Abu Dhabi, I think it's going to be more and more interesting because I have seen some stars going there and posting about Abu Dhabi. Yeah. And as far as I know, Abu Dhabi is putting now a lot of emphasis, like the government of Abu Dhabi, put money and into an effort into advertising Abu Dhabi because it has so much to offer.
Yeah.
For example, my friend, one of my good friends. Sorry, this is the last thing. One of my good friends, he won ticket for a movie premiere. For a Dune 2 movie, like it was a huge blockbuster movie a couple of months ago. And then they had this whole premiere, like, from Hollywood in Abu Dhabi. And the movie stars would come, the director came. And we went there, we had the red carpet treatment and everything. It was so weird to me, right? Then we went to the movie and then the director came into the movie and some of the actors and what have you. So you see now they're pushing it more, and rightly so. And like, wait a couple of years, maybe 2 years or 3 years, and something will happen there, definitely.
Nice. All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Hope your business grows in the next couple of years.
Same to you. Like maybe we do something together. Let's see.
Love it.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.